हरि यन्मायावशवर्ति विश्वमखिलं ब्रह्मादिदेवासुरा यत्सत्त्वादमृषैव भाति सकलं रज्जौ यथा हेर्भ्रमः यत्पादप्लवमेकमेव हि भवाम्बोधे स्थितिर्षावता वन्देऽहं तमशेषकारणपरं रामाख्यमीशं हरिम्। Hari Om, everyone. In the last couple of dohas, Goswami Tulsidas Ji has been doing Khala Vandana and telling us different aspects about personalities to see it outside but also inside. Guna doshas are there everywhere in the creation also, but most importantly, it is there within us also. What we strengthen, we become that. Okay, that was the essence of all the examples that Goswami Ji gave. Next is a beautiful portion. The essence of Bhakti Darshana, if you want to summarize, that is summarized in this Doha number 8, all the chaupais which are there. So we'll chant it first. After Doha number 7. So if I say chaupais of Doha number 8, so all the chaupais will start after Doha number 7. Okay, the last Doha is Doha number 8. So this starts with Akarachari Lakha Chaurasi, that one. आकरचारि लाख चौरासी जाति जीव जल थल नभ भासी सिय राममय सब जग जानी करऊ प्रणाम जोरि जुग पानी सिय राममय सब जग जानी करऊ प्रणाम जोरि जुग पानी जानि कृपा कर किंकर मोहु सब मिलि करहु छाड़ि छल छोहु निज बुद्धि बल भरोस मोहि नाहि ताते विनय करऊ सब पाहि करन चहु रघुपति गुण गाहा लघुमति मोरि चरित अवगाहा सूझन एक अंगउ पाऊ मनमति रंक मनोरथ राऊ मति अति नीच ऊंची अरु ऊंची रुचि आछी चाहिए अमिय जग जुरई न छाछी छमि हहि सज्जन मोरि ढिठाई सुनि हहि बाल बचन मन लाई जो बालक कहतो तरि बाता सुनहि मुदित मन पितु अरु माता हसी हहि कूर कुटिल कुबिचारी जे पर दूषण भूषण धारी निज कबित के ही लागन नीका सरस हो अथवा तिफिका जे पर भनीति सुनत हर्षाहि ते बर पुरुष बहुत जग नाही जग बहु नर सर सरि सम भाई जे निज बाढ़ि बढ़ई जल पाई सज्जन सकृत सिंधु सम कोई देखि पूर विधु बाढ़ई जोई भाग छोट अभिलाषु बड़ करऊ एक विश्वास पैहि सुख सुनि सुजन सब खल करि हई उपहास सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। Now Goswami ji says, Akara chari lakh chaurasi. In all the yonis that are there, means ways in which a jiva can be born, or the life forms that exist in this entire creation, jati jiva jala thala nabha bhasi. In all, in this entire creation, I see only one thing. And that he says, Siya Rama Maya Saba Jagajani, Karahu Pranama Jori Jugapani. This entire creation, I see it as my beloved Ramchandraji and Mother Sita. And if I see this creation in this way, I cannot but bow down to each and everything of this creation. This is the Siddhanta of Bhakti Darshan, but most importantly, how should we be in Vyavahara? Right? In our transactions, what should be our attitude? That is shown in this particular Chaupai. Nature of Bhagwan is introduced to us by Mother Shruti herself. And at every stage, that understanding keeps evolving. So, this is a great stage of evolution if we can bring this thought again and again in our mind, that this entire creation is pervaded by consciousness. That itself is, one kind of sadhana. And, I don't want to go into technical language of it, but you can simply understand it as part and whole relationship. While it comes to transactions, we look at ourselves as a small part and we look at Bhagwan as the whole. So if I have understood myself to be, one small portion of that whole, then it is nothing but natural to worship, that whole abode of strength, abode of any kind of power that we see or that we seek in life. Siya Ramamaya Sabajaga Jani, Karau Pranama Jori Juga Pani. Later on, Bhagwan is going to say, person who has this understanding is called Ananya Bhakta. Means one who is able to look at this entire creation as me. Means Bhagwan is saying, who is able to look at entire creation as my Ishtadevata and serve this entire creation as service to me. Such a person who does not falter in his thinking of this particular thought, that person is my devotee. So Ananya Jake Jasi Matina Tare Hanumanta. Later on, Bhagwan is saying, who is my devotee? One who is firm in this kind of a conviction. And with this, we are able to overcome a lot of things that come to us from the world. See, what has happened here is that idea has shifted now. Previously, I thought that this particular experience is coming because of this person or because of this object. But now I see it differently, and I say it is my Bhagwan only who is giving me this experience. And because I love Bhagwan, I don't mind any of those experiences. Means we develop that inner strength to deal with that experience, emotions, lot many things. Okay, this is the power of devotional path. Jani krupa kara kinkara mohu, sabamili karahu, chadi chala chohu. Now Goswamiji is showing another aspect. What is the heart of a devotee? He doesn't actually have to say all these things, but for us to learn, right? If he doesn't verbalize it, how will we know what goes on in the heart of a devotee. We should remember Goswamiji has studied 15 years in Kashi Advaita Vedanta, and he has studied a lot of Sanskrit. You can see that in Mangalacharan shlokas, the invocation shlokas that he is composing. So such a great intellectual, scholar, so much fluency in his vocabulary. Now you see the way in which he is praying to all, people, and also Bhagwan, and saying that I'm going to compose something, but I have a lot of limitations. He says, Nija buddhi bala bharosa mohi nahi. My own intellect, I don't have trust in it. Means what? That if we get some kind of abhimana, some kind of pride, that with my intellect alone, I'm going to solve everything, that is the thought which will bring us down. So a devotee is humble to begin with. Somebody like Goswamiji is saying, Nija buddhi bala bharosa nahi, bharosa mohi nahi. And this is true, huh? There are so many instances where it is said, never taking mind for granted. No matter how much sadhana we have done, how much devotion we have cultivated, never ever to take mind for granted. So here Goswamiji is reminding us, and he is praying to everybody that, my intellect is not having any kind of, I cannot trust it. Sometimes it can go other way also. Which vasana will trigger when, I don't know. That is why I'm praying, may Bhagwan be my Sarathi. Intellect is what? Sarathi, right? So that Sarathi should be Bhagwan Krishna, Bhagwan Rama. Tate binaya karau saba pahi. That is why I'm doing this Vandana, I'm doing this humble request to all of you. Karana chahu ragupati gunagaha, lagumati mori charita avagaha. I have set out to do the glory of, to sing the glory of Bhagwan Rama, but my intellect is so limited that it cannot even fathom anything. So many things are lacking in me. And it is true in other way also. Limited intellect can never conceive unlimited forms. Even if we try to imagine space, right? You think what comes to mind? Our idea of space is that we see outside or just we see here. But space is infinite. So what is infinite can never become an object of intellect. So that humility, if we have, more can we tap into totality. This is one of the takeaways in Bhakti Darshana, or in particular, what Goswamiji is pointing out is, on the strength of intellect, we can go, little far. But if we can reduce our ahankara, the total knowledge which is available, that, manifests in that intellect. When this intellect is able to think very widely, it's not constrained with only small things. But what is the method? Method is very simple. Become like, a bowl in front of Bhagwan. Bowl means that can collect his krupa. If we have it upside down, then we get hit by the world, many a times. First, only if we have a lot of pride in our intellect, we might have one idea, but world has another idea. We might think our intellect is here, world says you are here. But sadhaka, to begin with, it is not, it's showing lack of confidence or anything. It is just showing that if we start at that point, we will be able to focus on our goal. So that is what Goswamiji is pointing out here. And then he says, Sujana ekavu anga upavu, manamati ranka manoratha rau. He says, my mind doesn't have any of the qualities which are needed to compose this poetry. I don't have knowledge of Shastra. I don't have knowledge to bring in examples. I don't have the vocabulary. But we saw, what is his strength of Shastra, what is his base, and how he is able to bring daily examples that we see around. He brings it in Ramcharitmanas. And he says, my mind is very, very poor, but it has great ideas. Means it wants to be a king. Mati ati neech unchi aru achi, chahiya amiya jagat jurai na chachi. Means mind is very at a very elementary stage, but it has higher goals. Means I want amrutam, but I don't even have a glass of buttermilk to drink. That is his analogy. Chami hahi sajjana mori dhitai, suni hahi bala bachana mana lai. Now he says, all the sajjanas, the wise people who are there, they will forgive me just as we forgive a child. Even if a child is making some effort to compose something, we don't expect, great vocabulary and rhyming and everything. No matter what that child does, we kind of go and appreciate. So he says this also will be like that. Everybody who is wise will consider me as somebody who is trying very hard to sing glories of Bhagwan. And in that, if there are any flaws or mistakes, that they will forgive me. Jo balaka kaha totari bata, sunahi mudita mana pitu arumata. A child, when he or she starts speaking, no matter what that child says, mother and father feel so happy. Especially if that child can chant some shloka. Even if pronunciation is wrong, ajnanati mirandasya jnananjana chala gaya. I say chala gaya nahi, shala gaya. But even if pronunciation is here and there, mother and father feel very happy. Those who are not familiar with Hindi, chala gaya means gone. Means knowledge has gone away. Jnana anjana chala gaya. It is shalakaya, means eye of knowledge has opened up. That was the thing. Like that, he says that even if I do some mistake, while I am composing, writing this, they will forgive me. But there are some people who will always make fun of me. Hasi hahi kura kutila kubichari je para dushana bhushana dhari. They have an ornament, and that ornament is to find faults. Paradushana means to find faults in others. They are the ones who wear the ornament of finding faults. And he acknowledges this fact that whenever we take up some noble task, there will always be a group of people who won't agree with what our vision is. But that is not, stopping him from composing this. He says, my goal is different. As long as they don't obstruct my work, that is why I'm doing this prayer, I won't get shaken by people's opinion. Nija kabitta kehi laga lagana nika. Sarasa ho athava ati phika. He says, who doesn't like our own poetry? If we end up composing something, we always love what we have composed. When we were studying, there were many, brahmacharis who used to compose shlokas. And the moment they used to compose, they used to come to you and show, I have composed a shloka. Isn't it good? It used to be good, most of the times. It used to be very nice. But I used to remember this line, Nija kabitta kehi lagana nika, sarasa ho atava ati phika. Even if it is great or if it is not so great, we always like what we have composed. Not only poetry, anything and everything that we have done, we have a special bonding towards it. But here he says, let that bonding include love for Bhagwan. Then that bonding won't become a problem, it won't become an attachment. Je para bhaniti sunata harashahi, te bara purusha bahuta jaga nahi. This is a beautiful phrase. He says, There are very few people in this world who become happy by listening to other people's prosperity, other people's success. That itself is a great sadhana, being happy when we get something, but also if we have understood Bhagwan to be Siya Ramamaya Sabajaga Jani, the natural result of that understanding is anybody is prosperous, anybody is having success, it should feel as if it is our own success. People around us, because those are the ones with whom we interact. Elaborating that, he gives examples. Jaga bahu nara sara sari samabhai, je nija badi badai jalapai. There are two examples he gives. One is of a pond or a lake. That lake swells up when it gets water. Right? Only when the lake gets water, it starts rising up. On the other hand, there is ocean, which starts swelling up by looking at the moon. It has not got anything, but just looking at the moon, it starts rising. What he's pointing out is the first example of that pond is like that dushta purusha. Means they are happy only when they get something. Why call them dushta? Let's call them just one category. Okay. Dushta might be even other side. There is one category which says, I am happy, but I should get something. What is there in me in that particular thing? Other category is looking at somebody happy, like that ocean, looking at the moon, becoming full, ocean feels content, ocean feels happy. Now you see, in Vedanta, right, we say we should have detachment from the world outside. And many a times people find it difficult. They say subtracting things in life is difficult. So Bhakti Darshana provides alternative solution. You say subtracting is difficult, right? Don't worry. Add things in life. Oh, add things. Adding is easy. What should I add? Add totality into our life. Add a bigger group of people with whom we can share joys. If we buy a car, we get happy. We become happy. If our neighbor buys a car, it is said, try to feel that same sense of happiness. Now that connection has to come. Siya Ramamaya Sabajaga Jani, we should not forget. With that understanding, this sadhana is prescribed. If our near and dear ones get an opportunity, right, to sing or to dance or perform, we become happy. Our child is singing. Now, what is the sadhana? If any child is singing, I should feel that same kind of joy. Easier or not compared to the other one where it is saying get detached from the world. Here we are adding things, but adding with a bigger picture in mind. Seeing the same Bhagwan expressed in every child, we are saying even if that child sings or dances, I will feel that same joy. So like this, it's a very helpful way of, doing some sadhanas and understanding the depth of Bhakti Darshana. भाग छोट अभिलाषु बड़ करऊ एक विश्वास पैह ही सुख सुनी सुजन सब खल करे ही उपहास. My bhagya is small, means my what is written in my destiny is very little, but I have great strength, I have great hopes, and that is on Bhagwan Rama. That is my only strength with which I'm going ahead. And Sajjanas who are there, they will listen to my kavita and be happy. And there will always be people who will criticize. But I don't mind it too much. He's showing a different kind of strength a bhakta has. So we'll chant the next chaupais also after Doha number 8. खल परिहास होई हित मोरा, काक कहई कल कंठ कठोरा। हम सही बकदा दुरचात कही, हम सही मलिन खल बिमल बत कही। कवित रसिकन राम पद नेहु, तिन कहूँ सुखद हास रसएहु। भाषा भनिति भोरी मति मोरी, हमसे बेजोग हमसे नहीं खोरी। प्रभु पद प्रीति न सामुझिनी की, तिनहि कथा सुनि लागहि फीकी। हरिहर पद रति मति न कुतर की, तिन कह मधुर कथा रघुबर की। राम भगति भूषित जिय जानी, सुनिहि सुजन सराहि सुबानी। कवि न होऊ नहीं बचन प्रबीनु, सकल कला सब विद्या हीनु। आखर अर्थ अलंकृति नाना, छंद प्रबंध अनेक विधाना। भाव भेद रस भेद पारा, कवित दोष गुण विविध प्रकारा। कवित विवेक एक नहीं मोरे, सत्य कहूँ लिखि कागद कोरे। भनिति मोरी सब जुग, भनिति मोरी सब गुण रहित, विश्व विदित गुण एक। सो विचारि सुनिहि सुमति, जिनके विमल विवेक। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। खल परिहास होई हित मोरा. He says, with this criticism that I'm going to get from people, my good alone will happen. It is said we should always have people who will disagree with or challenge our understanding. Kabir Dashi has written one doha where he says, Nindaka niyare rakhiye, angana kuti chhawaye. Means keep all the critics very close to you, make a hut for them in your own angana, in your own courtyard. Binu pani sabuna binu, means without water and without soap. Nirmala kare suhaya, they will make your heart purified. Means what? They will keep us on the ground, what we call as constructive criticism. We should always have, in whichever field we are, we should find someone whom we can ask for feedback. And if it comes from, just anyone and everyone, we should know what to take and what to leave behind. That is what Goswamiji is pointing here. Khala parihasa hoi hitamora. Even if they laugh at my work, I'm the one who is going to benefit. Kaka kahi kala kanta kathora. The crow will always say that, it will always criticize the cuckoo bird singing. Means if criticism, sometimes if it comes from people who are not, following the right path, it is said we should not be worried about it. Both sides we should understand. Constructive criticism, and this is more from what criticism we get from people who are doing it with an ill intention. So he says that might happen, and it is very natural. Ham sahi baka da dura chata kahi. The crane bird, it always criticizes the swan bird. So like that, he gives different examples where criticism is happening, but it just shows that the one criticizing is the one who is, at loss, not the one who is getting criticized. That is the kind of strength he's saying a devotee should have. Ham sahi malina khala bimala batakahi. Impure minds always will laugh at pure mind. Examples are given of swan and Hamsa and all. We see in Ramayana, in Mahabharata, whoever had a pure mind, the impure mind always laughed at it. Vibhishana was the one in Ravana's court. And whenever he used to speak anything, Ravana would laugh. That what kind of, you are a coward, you don't know what you are saying, you are afraid to fight Bhagwan Rama. That is why he wouldn't say Bhagwan Rama, but we cannot say. So Ravana would laugh at Vibhishanji. Here in Mahabharata, if you see, Vidurji, whenever he gave advice, Duryodhana, Dushyasana, Dhritarashtra, everybody used to laugh. So he says, don't take things to heart. Just how I am doing right now, he's saying, people will laugh at my work, but I have greater goal to achieve. I'm not going to get bothered by them. And he says, they can laugh, and this laughter itself will be the benefit of my work to them. Okay, he says, Tina kaha sukhada hasa rasa eku. Means this hasya rasa, if it gives them, then that itself is something they have benefited from my work. And again, he's showing his humility. He says, my work is in Awadhi language. It's not even in Sanskrit. And my little intellect. With all this, it will become a good thing for them to laugh. So nothing to be surprised about. But next one is interesting. He says, who will enjoy Ramakatha? Prabhupada Preeti na samuji niki. Na samuji niki. He says, Prabhupada Preeti. This is the main goal of my life, that is to get devotion at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. Or I might not have great knowledge of other things, right? About meter, how to compose. Those things I might not know, but I really want one thing, and that is to have love at the lotus feet of Bhagavan Rama. Those who don't have this vision, right? Those who don't want, love for Bhagwan, nor do they have any kind of Vyavaharik knowledge also, they will find this Katha very dry. Examples will be dry, everything will keep looking at, what is this, examples that Goswamiji is doing. Tinaha Katha suni lagahi phiki. They will find it very, very dry. Harihara padarati matina kutaraki. Those who don't have this buddhi which is graced by Bhagwan, or they don't have this desire to know Bhagwan, and who will use logic, erroneous logic in Ramakatha, they will find it very dry. Bhagwan's leelas are meant to quieten the mind. They are not for logically analyzing. That department is different. Drigdrisha Viveka, that is the department for logical analysis. Leelas are to just make the mind absorbed in Bhagwan. If we miss that aspect, we will always start using mind to understand Leelas of Bhagwan. That is when we will find it very dry. Tinakahu Madura Katha Raghu Baraki. Others who are, trying to get that devotion at the lotus feet of Bhagwan, they will find lot of rasa in this Ramayana. People who read Ramayana, right? And even if you read the literal meaning of Ramayana, if you have devotion to Bhagwan Rama and to this text, new meanings will start getting revealed. Every time you read, something new will come out. On the other hand, if you just read it without any kind of faith in Bhagwan, we will enjoy. There will be one level of enjoyment, but the best one is to pray to Bhagwan that may we get devotion to your feet through Ramcharitmanas. Next couple of dohas Goswamiji is again bringing back the same idea. He says, there is not lot of poetic beauty in my work, but there is only one thing which I'm very much focusing on, that is love for Bhagwan Rama. It is adorned with this love for Bhagwan Rama. What he had prayed in the first shloka of Mangalacharanam, right? Varnanam arthasanganam rasanam chandasamapi. All these things he is praying for. May I have ability to compose, may the meaning be good, may the meter be good, everything is good. But then he says, Mangalanam cha kartaro. That is what he brings back and says, that whatever is there in this Ramakatha, the main strength is this devotion to Rama, which will bring Mangala in our heart. Each and every action that we are doing, that will find a new purpose and a new meaning. Okay, so we'll pause here. I know we went a little over time. We'll sing the last Nama Sankirtanam, Aganita Gunagana, if you can please share. अगणित गुणगण भूषण राम आश्रित वत्सल जय जय राम अयोध्यवासी सीताराम आपद बांधव जय जय राम दशरथ नंदन श्री राम दशमुख मर्दन जय जय राम कौसल्या सुखवर्धन राम कामित फलदा जय जय राम पाप विमोचन श्री राम पट्टाभिराम जय जय राम जानकी वल्लभ सीताराम जय रघुराम जय सीताराम वानर सेवित श्री राम वारिधि वंदन जय जय राम हनुमत पूजित सीताराम श्री राम जय जय राम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावना सीताराम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। हरिओम एवरीवन।